Hi, DPR Jones here. In this video I want to deal with the issue of cold reading and how it works. In particular, I want to ask whether the likes of John Edward uses cold reading techniques or whether he is, in fact, a genuine psychic. So what is cold reading? I'll let Darren Brown explain.
Cold reading, I suppose, is the way that a complete stranger can seemingly tell you everything about yourself without being psychic and without knowing anything about you. In essence, the cold reader or psychic is supplying a lot of words, and you as the sitter, the other person, is supplying the meaning to those words. And it relies on a lot of techniques. It's not really a question of forensic body reading and the sort of things that people might... It's not really normally even that clever. There are linguistic tricks which, unless you're aware of them, are very easy to fall for. And those tricks can give the impression that the person knows everything about your character, or might refer to facts and things from your life or from your past that they seemingly couldn't know about.
So, who is Darren Brown? We'll come back to that in part 2. Suffice to say for the moment that he accepts that all his acts are an illusion. But let's now have a look at John Edward.
Hypnosis, I believe, is real. The only problem I guess I have is that, you know, if God or somebody who passed on in my life wanted to talk to me, why wouldn't they come directly to me? Why would I need you?
I think they do. That's a great question. I actually think they do. And one of my things, you know, when I was a kid and I started doing this 25 years ago, my grandmother would hear me say to my clients, you know, you don't need me. If you pay attention to the energy that's around you, you'll be able to recognize the signs and symbols of how your family communicates with you. And then these people would leave, and my grandmother would go, what are you telling people stuff like that for? You're not going to have any business. And I'm like, listen, it's not about business, it's about teaching. I said, and if I could, you know, raise somebody's awareness to recognize that their family's okay.
Do you actually hear voices? Because, look, I've read all your critics. I read the New York Times Magazine. I read the whole Dateline thing, Time accusing you of using these very, you know, a cold read where you can read people. I've been able to read people my entire life because I've interviewed people now for 20-some-odd years, okay? So you can read people that way. Or Houdini used to have microphones, and he would pick up stories, and then he'd seem like a genius. Oh, I know exactly what you're thinking, but meanwhile they had picked it up earlier. So there are techniques that hucksters and fraud people use. You're saying you never use that?
No.
Never?
No, actually,
Or if you use open-ended questions?
No.
Like, I watch your show, you seem to ask, like, you inquisitive.
No, I'll ask questions to have people validate the information, so that if I'm getting information I want to know, like, that I'm actually saying that. But one of the things that I call that lazy mediumship, actually. And when I say lazy mediumship is like, I could say to you, is your dad passed? And you could say yes or no. Or I could say, your dad is passed. Yes? I'm basically giving you the same information, and I'm asking you to validate, because I don't know you. So. To do.
Right. Let me ask you this. Did you, in your show, do you edit out parts where it doesn't make you look good, as Time Magazine accused?
You can literally call, I'm saying you can literally speak to every...
You read the piece that said that you do.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't do that.
They lied? They edited for time. People edit for time. But if they took things out that were inaccurate, they took out things that were more accurate. I tell people all the time, if you see this work done live, it's better than what you would see on TV.
When did come up with this? You believe you have this gift. When did you think, all right, I really understand that this gift that I have? When did you finally connect that?
I had a reading when I was 15 by a psychic.
Yeah.
Her name was Lydia Clark. She did a reading for me, and she put me on this path. But it was never something I thought was going to be my lifelong career.
Yeah.
My background is in healthcare. I used, you know, my background is in healthcare administration. I worked in hospitals, and that was going to be what my field was going to be. And then it got to a point where I had to make a decision because this work was exploding for me, and I couldn't manage both.
All right. Any messages from beyond for me? Nothing?
Flying solo, dude.
All right. Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And I hope you use it for good and not like some of these hucksters. These people in New York are nuts, you know, that supposedly do this for a living. Good to see you.
So back to Darren Brown, a self-confessed illusionist. The clip that you're about to see is done by cold reading and trickery. There is nothing psychic about it at all. You don't think it's possible? Really?
But of all the tasks facing me for this special, this one makes me feel the most uncomfortable. I personally believe, given my knowledge of the psychic industry, that I'm using techniques here used by pretty much any successful medium. But you're going to watch this knowing that I'm fake. And if that makes you feel uncomfortable, then that is kind of my point. Okay, alright. Old lady, but with black hair. Tied back. Yep? Mm-hmm. Okay, alright. Lily or Lucy or something like that. Yeah? No?
Say it again.
Lily or Lucy or
Lucy.
Lisa. Pardon?
Lucy.
Lucy. She's saying something about a hat that you used to like, or something with a hat. Yeah? This isn't your hat that you like, this is one of her hats or something. She either had a lot of hats and it was something that you liked. In fact, she's got loads of hats. Who's the hat lady? Yeah. Okay. She's asking about, I want to say Charlie? Charles? Yeah? That's someone she left behind? Or...
It was her ex-husband.
It was her ex-husband again. All right. She's given me an image which she's given you. I think this is something that she's tried to give you, a picture. All right? So I'm going to describe what this is, and you just be honest. All right? Okay. She's been trying to let you see that she's still connected to you, and the way she's shown that is through a lift, an elevator. Yeah? Uh-huh. Okay? And it's her passing, it's her passing away. She didn't die in an elevator, I'm sure, but this is the image that she's trying to give you. Okay? Uh-huh. What is that, by the way? You can tell me, I'm not...
It's a dream I had, where she died in an elevator. About a year or so ago, I had a dream of her passing, and I wasn't with her when she died, and I put her in an elevator. I was trying to take her up, you know, and I was worried about that dream for a long time, not knowing what it meant. And so I guess she wanted me to know that it was all good, it was okay.
Okay, this is a lady who is trying to connect with somebody at the front here, and I'm just taking a moment to decide. This is a lady, I think, the name I'm getting, which isn't a lady's name, is Paul. Paulat. Yeah? Your mother? Okay. This is somebody maybe you didn't connect with very well, maybe you didn't connect too well with her when you were younger and growing up. And this is about fun in that connection. Now, does that sort of kind of make sense? All right. No older than 60, I would say sort of 50s, something like that when she passed. Is that about right? Not an old lady. Okay. And the connection here with you is I think a sense of here is her being quite an artistic and creative woman, very stylish, very well kept, very well presented. She looks very, very elegant. And there's guilt on her part. I mean, it's good. It's happy, but it's like there's a feeling of guilt. I think your father passed when you were very young as well. Is that right? And there's a feeling that she left early, and that she didn't connect in the way that she should have connected, and that's what is quite a strong feeling here of things undone and things unsaid, and a connection that got broken too early. Because your dad had passed and you were very young, a teenager, I think, very young. In a happy way, it's an apology. In a happy way, I think this is a wanting to reach out and connect and just, you know, just make that connection.
no other spiritualist has ever really given me what he's given me today. Having never met him before, it was absolutely just astounding. I'd never experienced that before.